go to your happy place. Everything's gonna be fine. I knew.
Did you? Hiya! Did you?
Stop! Stop! I'm coming back.
I love you. I love you.
No, you get out.
Oh my god.
Dear my beloved audiences, today I want to tell you a story, which is called Chibi and the Silent Girl. In a quiet neighborhood on the edge of Kyoto, there lived a tiny Japanese chin named Chibi. He was no bigger than a teapot, with silky white fur, a black patch over one eye, and the kind of elegant, dignified walk that made passersby smile. His owner, Mrs. Takahashi, was a retired kimono seamstress who treated Chibi like royalty. Chibi-chan, she'd coo as she brushed his fur. You are the prince of this house. And truly, he believed it. One spring afternoon, while walking with Mrs. Takahashi under the blooming cherry blossoms, Chibi noticed a little girl sitting alone on a park bench. She was about 10 years old, wearing a school uniform that looked too big for her. Her hands were folded on her lap. Her eyes stared at the ground. She didn't smile. She didn't speak. Chibi stopped. The girl glanced up briefly. Their eyes met, and something passed between them. From that day on, Chibi insisted on walking by that bench. Each time, the girl was there. Always silent. Always alone. Mrs. Takahashi noticed. You like that girl, Chibi-chan? She asked gently. Chibi wagged his tail. Then, one morning, he did something unexpected. He walked straight up to the bench, leapt onto it, and curled beside the girl. She didn't move. She didn't speak. But she reached out and placed a hand gently on his back. From then on, she became part of Chibi's daily walk. Mrs. Takahashi learned her name was Aiko. She was new to the neighborhood, and according to a neighbor, she hadn't spoken a word since her father passed away 6 months earlier. She stopped talking completely, the neighbor said. They say it's trauma. Mrs. Takahashi nodded quietly. She understood the kind of silence that grief creates. But Chibi didn't care about silence. He showed up every day with the same soft steps, the same loyal eyes. He would nuzzle Aiko's hand, hop on her lap, or curl at her feet. And slowly, something changed. Aiko began to smile. One rainy afternoon, Chibi and Mrs. Takahashi arrived at the park, but the bench was empty. No Aiko. The next day, and the next, still no sign of her. Chibi became restless. He whined. He scratched at the front door. He refused his favorite treats. Mrs. Takahashi grew concerned. Then, on the 4th day, they passed by Aiko's apartment, and Chibi suddenly pulled hard on the leash, barking once, then again. Mrs. Takahashi looked up. In the second-floor window, a pale face peeked through the curtains. Aiko. They visited every day after that, just outside the gate. Chibi would sit patiently, staring up, tail wagging. Eventually, Aiko began coming down to the entrance. She still didn't speak, but she'd kneel and pet him, sometimes resting her head against his small body. One day, as Chibi licked her cheek, something unexpected happened. Aiko laughed, a quiet, soft sound, but unmistakable. Mrs. Takahashi nearly cried. By the end of the month, Aiko had returned to the park bench. Chibi walked proudly beside her, like a guardian prince escorting his charge. Aiko still didn't speak to anyone else. But to Chibi, she whispered secrets. Do you think Papa can see me? Chibi, she'd murmur. I think he'd like you. And Chibi would nuzzle her gently, his dark eyes full of understanding. That summer, a children's counselor approached Mrs. Takahashi after seeing Aiko with Chibi. She's made more progress in 2 months with that dog than we've seen all year, he said. He asked if Chibi could visit the school. Mrs. Takahashi agreed, on one condition, only if Aiko wants it. Aiko did. Chibi became a small celebrity at the local elementary school. Children laughed as he pranced through the halls, bowed on command, and played hide-and-seek. But he never strayed far from Aiko. And slowly, Aiko began to speak again, not just to Chibi, but to her classmates. She talked about her favorite books, about the clouds, about the way Chibi would bark at crows, but never chase them. One day, during show and tell, she stood in front of the class and said, "This is Chibi. He's not my dog, but he's my best friend." The seasons changed. Autumn brought golden leaves and cool winds. Aiko started smiling more. Mrs. Takahashi, now in her 80s, often sat on a park bench nearby, while Chibi played with Aiko and the other children. One crisp November afternoon, as Aiko hugged Chibi close, she asked, "Can he stay with me sometimes?" Mrs. Takahashi smiled. He's always where he's needed most. That night, Chibi slept over at Aiko's for the first time. He had his own little blanket, a bowl of rice and chicken, and a small note taped to the fridge in crayon. Chibi's rules: 1. Always loved. 2. Always listened to. 3. Always fed before bedtime. Chibi, content, curled up by Aiko's bed as she whispered, "Thank you for finding me, Chibi." His ears twitched. His eyes blinked slowly. And in the stillness, he wagged his tail. Because even the smallest dogs can carry the biggest hearts. If you like this video, please leave a like and a subscribe. It will really help our channel grow. But if you don't like it, then just skip it and don't forget to check out our other videos. Thank you very much and goodbye.